Hi everyone, I'm Duyen. I'm 30 years old, and today I'd like to show you what life is really like for my family here in rural Vietnam. In a few of my previous videos, I showed the neighborhood where I live. Some people left comments saying they thought it was a village somewhere in rural China. But no, this is my hometown in Vietnam, and this is where I've lived my whole life. As you can see, these houses are very old. In fact, most of them were built long before I was born. They were made by hand, using locally fired red bricks and traditional clay roof tiles. Here in Vietnam, these traditional roof tiles are known as yin yang roof tiles, a roofing style that has been used for generations. The house right next to mine was built in 1976, so it's now about 50 years old. Time has taken its toll on it. The bricks have weathered over time. Parts of the roof are damaged, and some of the wooden beams have become so rotten that they can barely support the roof anymore. Now let me show you my own house. My house was built in 1980. The front porch is packed with farming tools and equipment. And one thing every house around here has in common is that there's a tractor parked in front.
Không sợ đâu mà.
It's very dark inside because there aren't many windows, and we don't own any expensive furniture or appliances. In the middle of the house are 4 large brick columns that support the entire structure. They're strong, but they also take up a lot of space, making the inside feel much smaller than it actually is. From the outside, our house also shares one wall with our neighbor's house. If I opened this door, I'd practically be stepping into someone else's home. The house doesn't look very tall, but believe it or not, it actually has 2 levels. Well, kind of. This ladder leads up to our attic. We use it to store rice, corn, and things we don't use very often. It's basically our storage room. The wooden boards up there has become old and weak over the years, so honestly, it doesn't feel very safe anymore. Even though the house itself is fairly large, it only has 2 bedrooms, and they're incredibly small. Each room is only about 4 square meters, or around 43 square feet. This is my bedroom. Once we put in a bed, a small wardrobe, and a clothes rack, there's almost no space left to walk around. Every night, my husband, our 2 children, and I all sleep in this tiny room together. It feels very crowded, but it's the best we can do for now. The room across the hall belongs to my mother. It's exactly the same size. Since we don't have a guest room, I placed an extra bed here in the living area so relatives or friends have somewhere to sleep if they stay overnight. This narrow hallway is where we keep our refrigerator and a few other household items. Our refrigerator is very small and quite old. We've had it for about 12 years, but thankfully, it's still working well. Further inside, you'll find our kitchen. We actually use two different kinds of stoves, a traditional wood-burning stove and a gas stove. We usually use the wood-burning stove during the winter or whenever we're making dishes that take a long time because it helps us save money on gas. Gas prices have gone up quite a bit recently. During the hot summer months, though, we mostly use the gas stove because it's much faster and more convenient. As you can probably tell, the kitchen looks a little messy. We even hang some of our clothes here because our bedrooms are simply too small to fit everything. My mom arranged everything this way, and honestly, she doesn't let me reorganize it. She's pretty strict about keeping things the way she likes them. Outside, you'll find our bathroom, our water tank, and right next to them is our chicken coop. I used to think I didn't think it was very sanitary, but after living here for so many years, I got used to it. Sometimes you simply learn to live with what you have. Upstairs is our clothes drying area, which also happens to be the chicken's favorite place to wander around during the day. I'm sorry if this old house surprises you or makes you feel uncomfortable, but this is my real life. Everything here is simple, old, and far from perfect. Right now, I'm working as hard as I can and saving every little bit of money so that one day I can build a better home for my children. They're growing up quickly, and soon they'll need their own bedrooms and a more comfortable place to live. After my third baby is born, I know I'll have to work even harder to take good care of my children while also saving enough money to build a home our family can truly call our own. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I'm doing my best to build this YouTube channel because I hope it can become a small source of income to help support my family. If you enjoyed this video or would like to follow our journey, I'd really appreciate it if you could like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next video.
Không sợ đâu mà.